my story starts as a challenging one. As a young girl, never went to the dentist. And with that, the challenges were the fear of the dentist. So once I was of age to have my own insurance, which was 21, I finally started going to the dentist and found that I had a mouth full of cavities, missing teeth, a lot of issues. The challenges I was having is having pretty much a root canal in almost every tooth of my mouth. Some were failing. And failing to the point where I was nervous to chew because, again, I had a crown on every tooth. Was I going to lose that tooth? Would I be out in public? It gets down to the point where you're insecure and you're feeling self-conscious with your smile.
When I first met Gina, when you first look at her, you say, wow, she's got a pretty nice smile. But then you kind of look behind the curtain, so to speak, and see that it's all those teeth are starting to basically fail. She had a lot of root canals in teeth. Those root canals had subsequently, started to break down. So we started, discussing the options, and she said, as much as I hate to think about taking out all my upper teeth, is that an option? And I said, yeah. She said, well, how about just dentures? I said, you're far too young to have a denture like that. I said, you'll be miserable with that. We discussed implants, and she, after discussing it, decided to go with implants. And she's extremely happy with her end result.
Coming to Genesis Dental, which I have for years, I found that they were always extremely honest with the procedures, with their actions, with how they could help me kind of accept the fact that I have to make a decision. I'm losing my teeth. As hard as I worked on my gums, on my oral, hygiene, which I was committed, I was here all the time. It still wasn't going my way, unfortunately. The team here is amazing, and the communication was great. I would say that it is probably one of the best decisions I've made. Overall, yes, I am diligent. I believe that when people make this decision, they need to know that, you've got to be committed in keeping your oral hygiene current, being committed. And I just wish that everybody could have that peace of mind knowing that when they're going to the dentist or the hygienist, whatever it may be, to get their teeth cleaned, to just feel that they're in good hands. Dr. Wolf does great work. You got to trust him. So I did, and I'm so thrilled. Even my husband, I have to say, he was pretty nervous about the whole thing, and he's just like, this was the right decision. So feeling confident.